who see these vehicles for the first time and they see what they're capable of, like the shock and awe. It's mind-blowing to me when you see people doing it for the first time, when they have the confidence then to know that their car is actually capable of doing this stuff.
Some of the toughest terrain to conquer is when you get into a lot of articulation and mixed traction. You've got an articulation event. The car suspension is trying to move and keep tires in contact with the ground. One tire has great traction on the rock. Another tire is just fighting for traction in the sand.
Put it in full 4 lock, right in your terrain select as well as in rock mode. That way you have the maximum torque capability of the vehicle being sent to all of the wheels. The system itself will adapt, so as you drive over that event, it will monitor the state of the vehicle and make sure you have torque at every wheel that you need to successfully climb over that rock smoothly. Even if one wheel hits the air, you'll just keep on going right over the top. If you ask me, skid plates are meant to be used.
We've hit some things with some significant speed. It sounds like maybe you're ripping out the bottom of the car. You get out and you look underneath the car and you can just see dirt on the skid plate. And that's it. The car's fine.
Your ground clearance is key in order to traverse over the terrain, and that allows the vehicle to climb over all of the rocks and the maneuvers without providing damage to the vehicle.
What I really love about the Compass and its capabilities is you can take it off-road. You know you're going to be safe. You can take your family anywhere in the vehicle and go places nobody else gets to go.
This thing, it does things that most people wouldn't even try.
All of our Trailhawks have the same criteria. They have to pass the test in order to be able to say it's trail rated, and that's just what we do.
Dunes are honestly one of the hardest things on most vehicles. It's a combination of power, traction control. It's going to test all the features of the car at the same time.
When you put it in sand mode, you're going to have 4 full-wheel drive and higher RPMs of the engine so that you have more power, more torque to be able to drive through the sand without getting stuck. The Compass Trailhawk actually changes the transmission to a higher final drive ratio. So we go to the 4.334. That enables us to get all of the tractive efforts that we need.
The front and rear fascias have a more aggressive angle on them, which allows for departure and approach when off-roading. The fascia doesn't end up with damage. The on-off-road tire actually is a more aggressive tread, which allows the tire to grip more when you have a slip condition.
She's got plenty of zip to get up to the top of those tallest dunes. For someone who needs one vehicle to do everything, it's amazing.
When you go to Moab, you need to be able to have traction to the surface to be able to pull yourself through.
Fins and Things is the benchmark rock trail for this particular car. We have some really steep inclines and declines.
You start to climb up and you start to sweat a little bit, and the next thing you know, you're looking at the sky.
The breakover angle is really critical when you get to the top of some of those steep rock events. That's the point where you need to be able to have the clearance as you drive over the top of them.
Press the button for hill descent control. The front and rear brakes are engaged automatically by the system. All that the driver has to do is steer the vehicle, foot off the brake, and the vehicle handles it ever.
Sandstone is a very unique rock. This is why people love to come out here to Moab. It's very sticky, great traction. You have to very effectively manage that traction, because if you try to answer that with the gas pedal, you're going to break stuff. It really is the nice, steady application of torque. And the car is designed to do that for you.
It will change the power bands and how it distributes the torque across the 4 different tires on the vehicle. It makes sure that as a tire slips, the others are gripping and pushing.
The wheels are still attached. The car still looks great. We didn't rip anything off in spite of all of my efforts.
All of our Trailhawks have the same criteria. In order to have the Trail Rated badge, which is the key component onto our Trailhawk, they have to pass the test. Moab has some amazing terrain to go off the road and hit sand for 5 miles, drive through a river, and then go on rocks. It is one of the most stunning places.
This thing, it does things that most people wouldn't even try. We have some really steep inclines and declines. Some of the toughest terrain to conquer is when you get into a lot of articulation and mixed traction.
The Terrain Select system is there to make sure that the customer has whatever ability for the car in any mode, any terrain. The system itself will adapt, so as you drive over that event, it will monitor the state of the vehicle and make sure you have torque at every wheel that you need.
For someone who needs one vehicle to do everything, it's amazing.
It's quiet, it's smooth, it has great steering and handling regardless, and whether you're on-road or off-road, you don't know